I was going for like witchy, spooky kind of vibes with all the makeup and nails and stuff, but I think I landed on Helena Bonham Carter, which, not gonna lie about, very happy with, because she is queen of spook. Only if I was this confident when I was a goth. Hello and welcome to my opera channel. I am Avi, your opera singer friend, and today we are talking about the witches in the opera world. Now, surprisingly, there aren't as many witches as I like initially thought, or like I wasn't struck by so many witchy characters, because surprisingly most of the villains in opera are actually men. I mean, if you look at the Romantic period, it was only one woman on stage and she had to be the damsel in distress to be saved from the witch. So I did some digging and I came across my like top 5 women who are in the witch realm. Some of them were just, you know, gypsies that were considered witches because, you know, gypsies. So without further ado, let the spooky season begin, because it's October. I'm not really for the scary stuff, although I'm very excited to watch Over the Garden Wall. So at number 1, I'm kind of starting with my favorite opera in this section because I love her aria. I love this. I think it's a great opera. But also, it's the first video that I put up on YouTube, so you might even be able to figure that out from this. But yes, it is Jerzy Baba from Rusalka, which is written by Dvorak, and it premiered in 1900. Jerzy Baba is basically Ursula, and you can find out more in this video up here, which is the synopsis of the opera. And she just is like, this is her Poor Unfortunate Souls, which is also such a great song. Can we just agree that Poor Unfortunate Souls and Churi Morifuk, magnificent pieces of music sung by women. But next up is The Witch from Hänsel and Gretel. And I mean, no surprise there. You all know the story, I'm pretty sure, of Hänsel and Gretel. And if it's not called Hänsel and Gretel where you're from, for instance, where I grew up, it was called Ami Vitami. But the story of 2 young siblings who go out into the forest can't find their way home, and they come across a house, a beautiful house made out of candy. Now, I don't remember it being gingerbread in Hebrew, but they come across a candy house and inside is a witch who tries to eat them. But the witch character is just so great. As she is in the story, she's also great in the opera, and it's just a really fun scene. There's basically 3 women on stage because Hänsel is a pantserl, so it's just 3 women having fun. Hänsel and Gretel was written by Engelbert Humperdinck in 1893 and is originally written in order to keep his nieces and nephews occupied around Christmas. So to say that I would watch it on Halloween is just, I guess, my modern take on it. I don't know, I just don't find Hänsel and Gretel like a Christmassy story, but also, once again, didn't have the gingerbread aspect. Also didn't have the Halloween aspect growing up, so I don't know, I just don't find it a Christmas story. But okay, next up we have Azucena from Il Trovatore, and no, I don't think she's a witch. She is a gypsy, and she will not give up until she fully, you know, avenges her mother's death. So technically not a witch, but she won't stop at anything, so I kind of feel like she fits into this category. It was written in 1853 by Verdi and is actually one of those operas that, in order to be an opera buff, you really do have to watch it. Whether or not you want to like it at the end, that's up to you. But it's one of those core repertoire things that you should probably know. And once you see it, once you watch it and listen to it, you'll be like, oh, I know this tune. Oh, that's where that came from. But whether or not you've seen it or you're going to see it, after you've watched it, please let me know. Do you agree that she's not really a witch, but she's more of a gypsy who just, you know, she's just trying to avenge her mother. That's all. The next one is a recent discovery with quite a magnificent cast of characters. It is The Love for 3 Oranges by Prokofiev, which is a Russian composer who I actually didn't know until I found this out, that he wrote opera. Thought it was mostly like concertos and piano sonatas and just symphonies, like, but I love his music, so now I kind of really need to go fully watched this sat down. But there is a witch in here. This opera was written in 1921, and it is a story of a prince who's a hypochondriac, and in order to cure his illness, he needs to laugh as much as possible. And with that, you can tell that this opera is a comedy. In order to cure him, the court jester Truffaldino and this witch, Fata Morgana, are brought into the court to make him laugh.
Make him laugh, make him laugh.
Now, the court jester, I'm not giving away anything because this is just like the one scene. The court jester then pushes Fata Morgana and she falls over and her underwear are shown to the world. Everyone sees it. It's like bloomers galore. And this causes the prince to laugh hysterically, like hysterically.
We love to laugh.
And Fata is not really too happy about that, so she then curses him that he will forever be in love and obsessed with 3 oranges. Hence the name. I kind of think that's a really great curse, and it gives a new meaning to the love of fruit. But let me know if you know this opera and what your thoughts about it are. Up next and last but by no means least, sip of tea. And lastly, we have an opera that combines 2 different Russian works that everyone now knows because you've heard the last one, which is The Love of 3 Oranges by Prokofiev, and The Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky. What opera could I possibly be talking about? This opera, a witch does not like what she's being told, and with the help of a bunch of demons from the underworld, she turns the prince, so we have the prince, into a swan. It's basically a Swan Lake. Any guesses what this is? If not, don't worry, I'll tell you right now. It is Lohengrin by Wagner, which premiered in 1850, and it is very much in Wagner style. Especially Ortrud is like very much the aria where she does call the ancient gods to help her is very much Wagnerian. And if you're not into that, that's totally fine. That's why there's so much other opera out there for you. Ortrud is a really great witch. And personally, I would love to turn people into swans. For no one to know where they went. By the way. I mean, what would you rather? Would you rather become a swan or become obsessed with 3 oranges? Oh, that's a good question. Not sure. I think I might actually prefer the swan bit. I don't know. To be that person who's just like in love with my oranges, they rot very quickly. I can go into the whole thing. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna end this here, and please let me know what you think. Do you want to be turned into a swan or obsessed with oranges? You let me know. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope you stay here for the rest of this month, which is going to be spooky. If you would like to check out more of what's going on behind the scenes, you can check out my newsletter, which is completely free and is linked down below, or for even more behind the scenes content with exclusives by checking out my Patreon, which is also linked down below. It is called the Diva Studies Group. And yeah, but for this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you can be notified when I make a new video, which is weekly. In the meantime, have a great week. Don't forget to drink lots and lots of tea and watch an opera, or if you're learning something or performing, please let me know and use the hashtag Diva Studies, and therefore I can check you out. Check out what you're doing. I won't cast a spell on you because I can't do that. Kind of feel like I look like Aunt Hilda. That's it. I'm not spooky enough to be Helena Bonham Carter, but I feel like I look like Aunt Hilda. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Bye!